Thank you very much, Mr. President. Distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, the delegation of Barbados is pleased to be here in Cancun for this important session of the OAS General Assembly. On behalf of the government of Barbados, I wish to commend the government of Mexico for hosting this meeting and for its generous hospitality. Let me assure you, Mr. President, of Barbados' full commitment to ensuring the success of this meeting. Mr. President, this meeting finds us at a watershed moment in the global politics and at a critical juncture for this organization. The utility of multilateralism as a means to address global challenges is under threat, and the very credibility and relevance of this organization to effectively resolve complex regional issues is increasingly being questioned. Prevailing uncertainty and volatility in the global economy, ongoing conflict, increasing insularity, and the potential of existential environmental threats reaffirm now more than ever the value of multilateralism to confront our shared challenges. For small states as Barbados, it is within theaters like these where we best pursue our interests and realize the opportunities that abound through cooperation among the community of nations. It is therefore vitally important to this hemisphere that we do not allow our present differences to irreparably damage this organization. As an organization of sovereign states, the OAS has no more authority than its members give it, and we all collectively share in the success and failings of this organization. The Organization of American States remains the premier body for advancing the political, economic, and social development of this hemisphere. Its 4 pillars, development, security, democracy, and human rights, remain firm, and its purpose and principles constant. But while the principles and pillars of this organization remain relevant, none can argue that our organization, conceived nearly 7 decades ago, is badly in need of reform. Barbados welcomes ongoing and new efforts aimed at strengthening the OAS to enable it to better deliver on its mandates to the people of the region and realize efficiencies in its human resources, its technical capacity, and finances. For this reason, Barbados fully supports the proposition before this Assembly to create a new working group tasked with delivering a proposal on strengthening the OAS. This effort must be comprehensive in scope, with clear recommendations on making the OAS fit for purpose. Next year, we celebrate the 70th anniversary of the founding of this organization. There is no better time than now to reshape the OAS in ways not previously imagined, and with a boldness and urgency not previously shown. Mr. President, my delegation sees the 4 pillars of the organization and the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development as naturally aligned. Barbados remains convinced that the OAS must leverage its unique convening power and comparative advantage as coordinator of the Inter-American system to support member states in the implementation of this new, comprehensive, and ambitious global development agenda. It is imperative that the OAS mainstreams and fully integrates the SDGs as a common policy framework across the organization. Mr. President, amid the many issues that confront us, there is perhaps none greater than the existential threat posed by climate change. It is my sincere hope that this Assembly could reaffirm the global consensus on the Paris Agreement, and that the work of this organization may place in sharper focus the multidimensional challenge posed by climate change to the states and peoples of the America. Barbados is pleased to have initiated part of this consideration through its resolution on the security implications of climate change, and we pledge our full support to the OAS in its response to this threat. Let me extend gratitude to all delegations that have supported our initiative. One of the enduring strengths of this organization is its diversity. Among us are members of the G7, the OECD, and G20, limited membership organizations that design policies with far-reaching implications on the economies of Latin America and the Caribbean countries. We welcome the initiative of the government of Mexico to convene at this General Assembly an event on the impact of de-risking and the loss of correspondent banking relationships. We call on OAS member states within these organizations to support us and lead in the lobby for the reform of these harmful anti-development regulations. The scholarships and training programs of the OAS have left an indelible mark on the development of the people of the Americas. I myself was a recipient of an OAS fellowship, as was the permanent representative of Barbados to this organization. Mr. President, Barbados naturally sees firsthand the transformative role of the OAS in building capacity in the smallest and most vulnerable states in this hemisphere. My delegation is therefore compelled to reiterate its call for the immediate lifting of the temporary pause of the graduate program. Mr. President, my delegation's presence here today reaffirms the importance that Barbados places on the OAS as a primary political convener for the states of this hemisphere. For Barbados, the Organization of American States is the inevitable multilateral recourse to the development pursuits of this hemisphere. And I believe that this Assembly offers us the opportunity to strengthen its comparative advantages, assess its weaknesses, and articulate firm solutions on the way forward. At this defining moment in the history of this hemisphere, let us be bold and commit to reform, revitalize, and renew our organization. Please be assured, Mr. President, of Barbados' full support for this Assembly's ambitious mandate. I thank you.